Just a quick video about the turn signals for some of the vintage Vespas. These crappy plastic pod turn signals that they sort of threw on at the last minute to the US models in the late 70s in order to comply with US regulations where turn signals were required. So this whole design is just a terrible hack. It's almost impossible to get these working properly. But they always break because the plastic is old and cheap. And so this is an original one. This one came from my friend Fred, who took it off of, I think, a Super that he didn't want indicators on, and he didn't need them. And this is the one that I'm replacing. This is a replica. The originals obviously are supposed to be metallic silver. And the only thing you can get now is these black plastic replicas, which aren't exactly right, and they're from a different manufacturer. But the electrical design is the same, which is they have two terminals, one for the positive, one for the negative. And so the positive lead comes out of the chassis, and this just runs through the cowl and then electrically through the spring clip here and into the chassis. And then in the original ones, in this one, and all the originals on this bike are the same. They have this little lead here, which connects to the negative, and then it grounds inside there on this metal sort of washer. It's a threaded washer, and you thread the screw for the indicator pod, like that one, threads through the metal washer there, and then contacts the post here, and this grounds electrically through the chassis. I said it was a stupid design, and it is. But this one that Fred sent me, I've never seen one this style before. So it has only a positive terminal, so that's fine. That will connect to that lead there coming out of the chassis. But I was like, how does the negative hook up? And so there's these tabs here. Obviously the negative is, current is going to flow through there. But I was like, how is this electrically connected to the pod? And there's no wire in there. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, surely this plastic pod is not actually conductive. But I pulled out the multimeter and the continuity tester, and you'll just have to believe me because I can't do this with 3 hands or 2 hands. I don't have 3 or 4. But sure enough, the paint is actually conductive. The screws basically pass through the front here, and they press the metal tab against this spot in here, and that conducts through the shell of this plastic thing and into the screw here, and then that supposedly is going to make contact with the post on the chassis. I'm guessing that this is an even worse design than I'm replacing. And if I wanted to, I could fish the lead out of here probably and hook it up to the terminal in here, but I'll just throw this on and try it because I need it to work for a ride that I'm going on tomorrow. But I thought these turn signals were dumb enough as it was when I looked at them, and now I'm like, I've actually found a version that's even dumber. So anyway, hook this up and see how it works.